right now on 18 Eyewitness News.
The weekend is finally here. What will the forecast be like? I'll let you know.
Highway 21 in Iron County was shut down for a big portion of Thursday. Also, the government is planning to tighten America's borders. Plus, Missouri's unemployment rate has climbed slightly. 18 Eyewitness News starts right now.
18 Eyewitness News starts now.
Highway 21 in Iron County has reopened after a tractor-trailer crash Thursday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on 18 Eyewitness News. I'm Fred Dawkins. Our top story, the accident occurred on Highway 21 in the area of Royal Gorge. This prompted police to shut down the entire highway from Highway E to Highway AA. The tractor-trailer was carrying a propane tank that was taken out of the Doe Run Company's Glover site. Police reopened the highway shortly before midnight on Friday, and no one was hurt. The Missouri Department of Natural Resources has temporarily closed 5 state park swimming beaches in Missouri, including St. Joe's Monsanto Beach. The beaches were closed because of water quality issues. DNR collects water samples from all designated beaches in the state park system on a weekly basis during the recreational swimming season. The beaches will reopen once bacteria levels are within the standard suitable for swimming. To see a list of other Missouri beaches that were closed by the DNR, visit our website at KDKZ18.com. Well, early Thursday morning, it was a busy time for area firefighters as 18 fire departments responded to a house fire at 44 Church Street in Bonne Terre. The 3-alarm fire started shortly after 2 a.m. Assistant Fire Chief Matt Barton tells 18 Eyewitness News that the fire started in the basement.
The fire marshal's office determined it to be some type of an electrical fire in the basement. And, when we first got there, that's where it appeared the fire was in the basement. And due to the construction of the house, it spread pretty quick.
2 firefighters fighting the fire received injuries. One was taken to a local hospital for an ankle injury, and the other suffered minor scrapes and bruises. The owner of the home got out safely. Global financial markets are showing signs of recovery after the stock market had its worst day of the year. Now investors want to know, was it just a correction or shades of things to come? Gary Lane has more.
Markets in Europe and Asia bounced back overnight after experiencing heavy losses Thursday. In the U.S., the Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeted 353 points.
It's like a perfect storm out there this week.
The fall came after Federal Reserve Board Chairman Ben Bernanke announced the Fed may start pulling back from its economic stimulus efforts. That will bring higher interest rates, and some investors fear it will harm economic growth. Housing prices are increasing in many parts of the country. That's good news for sellers, but buyers are now paying 1% more for a mortgage. Interest rates on most home loans are now up to more than 4%. Commodity prices fell Thursday. Gold plunged by nearly $88 to $1,286 an ounce, and silver fell 8.3%. Oil had its biggest decline since last November, dropping to $95.40 per barrel in New York, and gasoline futures fell more than 3%. Some economists say the public should not be alarmed because the economy is improving. 175,000 jobs were added last month. So far this year, the stock market is up more than 10%. Most analysts believe Thursday's market slide was just a correction, not a sign of more volatility to come. They believe the markets are simply adjusting, coming to terms with a new reality, as the period of U.S. government stimulus may be nearing an end.
Our economy is getting better, and now it's time for us to see how we can do it on our own. Once we get through that period, I think we're going to realize that we're going to be okay and things are going to get back to normal.
Now, Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast for the weekend. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures in the upper 80s right now. Definitely on the warm side throughout southeast Missouri. Going through your forecast this evening, we will be continuing to see those warm temperatures. Partly sunny skies at 7 p.m., 85 degrees. Clear skies by 9, 81. And then down to about 77 at midnight. Well, how long will these sunny and clear skies last? Will we see any thunderstorms for the weekend? I'll let you know coming up later in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Up next on 18 Eyewitness News, the government is planning to tighten America's borders. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archer Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archer Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Dustin Cobb. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
A plan to tighten security along America's border with Mexico got bipartisan support in Congress Thursday. After weeks of negotiations, Senate lawmakers agreed to amend a bill to include enhanced border security measures in exchange for immigration reform. George Thomas has the story.
For Republican lawmakers, increased security was the deal breaker in supporting a Senate immigration bill.
We don't have control of our southwestern border.
Some of the key provisions in the legislation include a so-called surge, placing 20,000 new federal agents along America's southern border, adding 700 more miles of fence along the U.S.-Mexico border, and buying new surveillance drones to track illegal border crossing, all at a price tag of some $30 billion over a decade. For Democratic lawmakers, creating a pathway for undocumented immigrants to get U.S. citizenship is key.
These 11 million people play a crucial role in our economy and a vital role in our communities. These 11 million people need a pathway to get right with the law.
Under the compromise, immigrants living in the U.S. illegally would be put on a pathway to citizenship as the added security is implemented. But green cards would not be handed out until the work is complete. The so-called Gang of 8 senators involved in the negotiations are hoping the new security measures will persuade skeptical Republican lawmakers to pass the bill before it heads to the House. Speaker of the House John Boehner said this week it will take some bipartisanship for the Senate immigration bill to pass.
Any immigration reform bill that is going to go into law ought to have a majority of both parties support if we're really serious about making that happen.
The Farmington Ministerial Alliance Food Pantry had their ribbon-cutting ceremony Friday. The pantry recently opened next door to the Ministerial Alliance thrift store in the Holly Tree Center. Several people showed up for the event. The food pantry is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. until noon. President Barack Obama has chosen a new FBI director to replace outgoing Chief Robert Mueller. Obama is tapping James Comey, a former Justice Department official with the George W. Bush administration, to take the lead. Comey is well known for standing against intrusive government surveillance in the fight against terrorism. The White House hopes Comey's bipartisan background and 20 years of law enforcement will help smooth his confirmation in the Senate. Route 21 in Iron County will be reduced to one lane as Missouri Department of Transportation crews seal the roadway with a mixture of rock and oil. This section of roadway is located from Highway 49 to Route N. Weather permitting, work will be performed Monday through Wednesday of next week from 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. daily. The work zone will be marked with signs, and motorists are urged to use extreme caution while traveling near the area. A Jefferson City man will be sentenced in July for the murder of a Columbia man during a drug deal. A Cole County jury on Thursday convicted 30-year-old Brandon Chase of second-degree murder, first-degree robbery, and armed criminal action in the April 2012 death of 34-year-old Keith Mosley of Columbia. The verdict came in Chase's second trial. Another jury in March could not reach a verdict. Prosecutors said Chase brought 2 other men to Mosley's apartment to steal marijuana, and Mosley was shot during the confrontation. Up next on 18 Eyewitness News, Missouri's unemployment rate has climbed slightly. We'll be right back with that story.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
As I get ready to go into surgery, I remind myself what it's about. It's about God. It's about caring. It's about trust. It's about respect. It's about back pain. It's about neck pain. It's about questions. It's about answers. It's about people, not just patients. It's about you. It's about us. It is Heartland Spine. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
Missouri's unemployment rate climbed slightly last month despite payroll increasing by a net of 4,600 jobs. The State Department of Economic Development reported the jobless rate stood at 6.8% in May. The Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Missouri's April unemployment was 6.6%. The state agency said Missouri added 3,600 jobs just in construction last month. The government sector added 1,400 jobs, and leisure and hospitality grew by about 1,000 jobs. Increases partially were offset by losses of 1,600 jobs in educational and health services, 800 jobs in the information sector, and 400 in professional and business services. Missouri's civilian labor force was just over 3 million, which is up about 9,400 from April. The labor force includes people with jobs and those who are on unemployment but are looking for work. The newly formed Senate Interim Committee on Medication Transformation and Reform is ready to get to work. The 10-member panel will meet throughout the interim to develop ways to prevent fraud and abuse in Missouri health net systems. Senator Gary Romine of Farmington will chair that committee.
I think the biggest thing we need to do is take this opportunity. This is our opportunity and in our history to make sure that the health care presented in our state is the best that it can be.
Senator Paul Levoto of Independence will also serve on that panel.
I'm very happy about the creation of this committee because I think it's time that we really look at some possible solutions on how we can reform Medicaid and hopefully expand it and cover more folks in the state of Missouri.
The Senate Interim Committee on Medicare Transformation and Reform will present its report to the full Missouri General Assembly by December 15th. The Wayne County Saddle Club Horse Show is set for this Saturday. This year's show will be at Hal McLean Arena in Piedmont. There will be all kinds of events, including open quarter weaning and yearling halter, pony class, and egg and spoon. Sign-up starts at around 4 p.m. For more information and to see the cost for entries, visit our website, kdkz18.com. A 21-year-old Missouri man was sentenced to 33 years in prison after he pleaded guilty in a 2011 shooting death in southwest Illinois. Nigel Generality of Berkeley pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in April. He's one of 3 people who were accused of killing 23-year-old Tyler Hopp, who died at a hospital after he was shot in his vehicle outside his Alton, Illinois home. Generality had faced up to 40 years in prison and apologized in court. 2 others are charged in the case and are awaiting trials. A former public administrator in southwest Missouri has been sentenced to a year in federal prison for document fraud related to Medicaid. Former Jasper County Public Administrator Rita Hunter of Joplin had pleaded guilty to document fraud last year for an incident that occurred back in 2008. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Hunter must also pay $120,000 in restitution to the federal government under the sentence she received on Thursday.
Here is your Storm Tracker forecast.
And welcome back. Right now we have partly sunny skies out there and 86 degrees. However, it feels like 91 out there. It's definitely on the warm side. 70 is our current dew point with 58% humidity and a south wind at 8 miles per hour. Throughout the area, we are seeing temperatures on the warm side. 87 right now in Columbia, 86 right now in Springfield, 90 in Kansas City, St. Louis right now at 89 and 89 in Cape Girardeau. Here's what it looks like for our forecast weather headlines. Isolated thunderstorms in nature, possibly on your Saturday. Otherwise, sunny to partly sunny Skies later on in the afternoon. We will see an increase in cloud cover tomorrow morning. Heat indexes for the next several days, 95 to 100. Definitely on the warm side, and summertime feel is across the area. We will be seeing plenty of sunshine for the most part for the weekend. However, a chance of thunderstorms for your Saturday. Better chance of thunderstorms up to the northern portions of the Midwest. We won't see too much in the way of rainfall for your Saturday, but there is that chance. Clear skies tonight, 69 to 72 for your overnight lows. South wind 5 to 10. For tomorrow, isolated thunderstorms. Cloudy start to your day between the morning hours and early afternoon, then decreasing cloud cover, 89 to 91 for your daytime high. Looking ahead the next several days on your Sunday, we will see plenty of sunshine, 90 degrees, as well as on Monday, 93 and 94 on Tuesday and Wednesday respectively. Mostly sunny skies both days. Isolated thunderstorms on Thursday, 92, then dropping down to 87 on your Friday with sunny skies. And as I said earlier, we will be seeing heat index indices in about 95 to 100, so it's definitely on the warm side. Don't forget to get the latest weather information at our website. It's KDKZ18.com.
More than 70% of the U.S. experience back or neck pain within our lifetime. For many, it goes away within 4 to 6 weeks, but some require more than just time. If you need help treating your back or neck pain, contact Dr. Frank Hayward at Heartland Spine Institute. Dr. Hayward is the area's expert in minimally invasive and laser spine surgery. Tiny incision, big results. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
Up next in today's edition of Focus on the Family with Dr. Bill Meyer, how to handle teenage girls caught up in the diet craze. Plus, college. It's a scary time for some students, but if you're a monster, it's all about the scare. We'll sneak you a quick review of the new Pixar animation flick Monsters University in our plugged-in movie review. All kids are vulnerable to the cultural pressures to be smarter, better looking, and more athletic. But girls in particular worry a lot about their weight. In today's Focus on the Family segment, Dr. Bill Meyer has some advice on how parents can help their daughters take a healthier approach.
I remember going to put on something and being like, I look fat in this, and then changing, and that was even when I was really young.
Our culture's emphasis on physical beauty and thinness is infectious, and it's impacted the majority of our young girls.
There's that constant pressure to be thin. I was constantly trying to compete to be like, well, I think she's skinnier than me, so I need to be thinner.
Christy isn't alone. Unfortunately, kids will try almost anything, from crazy diets to literally starving themselves to look just like a wafer-thin model or actress.
I would have a cookie or something, and I'd chew it up and spit it out. And I wouldn't actually eat it. It just wasn't good. I'd hardly eat anything at all.
Hollywood, I think, just looks at the outer appearance. And as a parent, I think we have to look at the heart of our kids. Looking past just the superficial, just the body. It makes all the difference in the world.
Parents, especially fathers, play a key role in combating a girl's negative body image. When a dad continually communicates to his daughter that she's beautiful just the way she is, it helps to counteract media messages that emphasize thinness.
If that girl is feeling affirmation from her father, then she's not going to have to go other places to try to, get skinnier and skinnier.
Not hold up the standard of the world and compare them to it, but say, you're right just the way you are. And if they hear that enough, I think it carries more weight than the world.
Parents can also help by shielding their kids from the onslaught of distorted cultural messages about body image.
To look at that and to constantly be feeding your mind on that, it will have an effect on you.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
Dr. Meyer reminds parents that self-doubt reaches a peak in the early teen years, so that's an especially important time for dads to be building their daughters' self-image. For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family link. Today's plugged-in movie review looks at the new Pixar animation flick, Monsters University.
Monsters University! Anybody getting off?
I'm officially a college student!
In the
the movie Monsters University, not-so-creepy pals Mike Wazowski and Sully relive their early college days.
James P. Sullivan.
Mike Wazowski.
Showing us how a one-eyed blob and a gigantic furry thing might somehow become the perfect bump-in-the-night team. Truth be told, though, the guys' early days weren't exactly a screech in the park.
I'm gonna scare circles around you this year.
Mike, for example, was a hard-working student, but just so doggone lovable that no one took him seriously.
You might want to hang out with someone a little more your speed.
And Sully, well, he could make Frankenstein whimper in fear, but his grades were a total nightmare.
I'm gonna wipe the floor with that little know-it-all.
There's only one course of action if the boys hope to have a ghost of a chance to earn their degrees.
The Scare Games! A super intense scaring competition!
They'll have to lead a nerd-filled fraternity of squishy, flabby misfits who are all about as frightening as a dirty dish sponge to win the Scare Games trophy. If they do, they'll be reinstated as Scare Majors. If not, well, all of their spine-tingling hopes will go up in smoke. This sequel to the Pixar classic Monsters, Inc. picks up in its predecessor's large and furry footprints. It mixes pratfalling chuckles and monstrous giggles with nice lessons about making it through with good friends. On the other hand, there is a little light creepiness and slapstick in the mix, and the movie's visual references to wild frat parties might leave parents shaking their heads. All in all, though, I'm giving Monsters University 4.5 googly eyes out of 5 for family friendliness. For an in-depth review on this film or anything else at your local theater, check out PluggedIn.com. Plugging you into the movies, I'm Cheryl Wilhelmy from Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
For more valuable information on current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, and TV shows, please visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the PluggedIn.com link.
We all need to take responsibility in our lives and start thinking about how do we want to be treated at the end of our lives. I would definitely say Serenity Hospice Care is an expert in their field. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's help a phone call away. If it were me and I was diagnosed with a terminal illness, absolutely, I would choose Serenity Hospice Care.
When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
This is Sports Zone.
Cardinals starter Lance Lynn improved to 10-1 by allowing the Chicago Cubs just 1 run and 3 hits in 6 innings with 6 strikeouts and a 6-1 Cardinals victory. With the win, Lynn has reached double digits before the All-Star break in his 2 years in the rotation. He joins Adam Wainwright, Washington's Jordan Zimmerman, and Detroit's Max Scherzer for the Major League lead in wins. University of Missouri Director of Athletics Mike Alden has been selected for the 2013-14 President of the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics. The announcement comes 1 year after Alden and campus administration led the university into the Southeastern Conference. Alden begins his 16th season at Mizzou Athletics, which has been unprecedented levels and seen much success. And perhaps it was just a coincidence, but when Salvador Perez, the Royals' young and very talented catcher, returned back to the lineup, the team began winning. Since Perez returned on June the 4th, the Royals now have an 11-5 record. They surged upward in the standings and stature, becoming the contending team that they were supposed to be all along. Perez's return for the beginning of the last homestand seems to have given the Royals an injection of new life that transcends his beaming smile and effervescent personality. And that's today in sports. Guys, it's back to you at the news desk. I'm Aaron Cox.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful looking weekend across the heartland. A lot of sunshine, few clouds, and Dustin's forecast is right on the money. Should have a beautiful weekend to go outside and enjoy the weather. We'll be back Monday at 6 o'clock with more on 18 Eyewitness News. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.